Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here on the Twitch, the TV, / the Xisuma, where we're going to be playing on Hermitcraft. Right now though, I'm promoting the flag for all of you on the second channel. If you haven't got yours yet, you got until the end of the month. We have shipped over 700. 700. I say shipped, haven't shipped them yet. Got 700 orders in. That blew my mind. I honestly thought we'll probably get to 100. 200 would be amazing. 700. Absolutely bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Becca says C merch is good. I'm still a bit funny about merch, but like, hey, this is a bit of merch that really felt right. It's unique. It's interesting. It's special. Like, if I'm going to do merch, this is the way I want to do it. And this is the way we're doing it. And it's great. And, just... It's very nice. It's very nice to see. You would die for an Xisuma or Evil X plushie. Well, you know the story. That was originally a unique thing when I got offered it. And then everyone started doing it. And then I was just like, I don't want to do it now. I was supposed to log in with my camera account. And something distracted me from doing that earlier. I was supposed to keep this area loaded because I don't want anything to break. But it kind of looks like maybe all the sorting finished. It looks like it did. I did try and do it in a way where it wouldn't take too long. Like I took out a lot of bulk materials. There was something I wanted to check on though. Yeah, I've had this weird feeling like items have gone missing when I've sorted them away. I have this feeling like something's not quite right. And I definitely put in a lot of packed mud and a lot of glass. The glass here hasn't changed. The packed mud hasn't changed. Wonder what other material I would have put in bulk. Salacidon, thank you for 27 months. Dale Watts, thank you for 9. Twitch baby, I'll play the animation. We got average AA batteries here for 9 as well. Hope everyone's having a good day, afternoon, and night. Currently in school. Stay safe, lovelies. Appreciate the nice message. What other items came through in bulk? You know what? I chucked a lot of diamond deep slate ore in recently. Because I got a lot of it. What is going on here? I got a lot of it from the creeper farm stuff that we did. Man, my head is racing right now. Like, what is going on with this? Definitely feels like some items have gone missing. Hopper in, hopper out, right? So it can't be something... It can't go wrong here at this point. This thing I suspected might have had a problem. I think I've lost a lot of items somewhere. So, this thing, I'm pretty sure, would shoot up items faster than the golems would sort them. So I added in some redstone to protect it from that. So I had like a sneaky suspicion that Can that leave like one item in each time it sorts? Is that how that works? I had a sneaky suspicion that items might be like despawning here. Oh boy. Oh boy, I think we've lost loads of resources to this somewhere, somehow. It might be that bit there. It might be that it just sends stuff up too quick. But like I said, hopper in, hopper out, right? Surely you can't send up items faster than they flow in. Did my missing donkey go again, by the way? Yeah, the donkey's disappeared. That's a different kind of disappearing issue. Right, I'm just thinking about the resources that I... Wait a minute. That's a raging clue. That's a raging clue. Absolute raging clue. Aha! So what did I say about packed mud? And there's my diamond ore. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Something has gone wrong with that. And so all of my items are still here. Not so sure about the glass though. Is there glass in here? There's a couple of stacks. A few more. Yeah, it's all good. It's all here. Right. Wow. Scar said he's keeping my donkey. Wait. Scar has my horse again? Is this for real? I went looking for it the other day and couldn't find it. Music overlay is missing. Let's get that back on the screen. We're 6 minutes in. I got a hot cup of tea. It's time to just relax and drink. Music should be on the screen. Listening to C418 again. Henrique says, did you see the new stonecutter recipes added in the last snapshot? I didn't, right? So I must have opened the article so quickly, because they do it on the hour, that they forgot to put it in the changelog, so I didn't see it. But when I was going through all the files in the game, I noticed that there was loads of stuff related to the stonecutter, and I looked at it, and I kind of thought that that they were doing some like back-end remaking of the files or something. And then I went and reopened the changelogs and saw that they did indeed add some stuff to the stonecutter. So I'll have to put that in the next snapshot video. But yeah, that wasn't in the changelogs at all, because I go through the changelogs and do everything one by one and put them into like a notepad, and then I kind of like, you know, like I make a bunch of notes, stuff I need to figure out, other details. It all gets organized, and then I make the video. Right? Not 100% in that order. Like sometimes I'll be testing stuff in game or whatever, but that's the general process, is to get it all kind of like outlined. And so yeah, really strange. What number cup of tea am I on today? This is probably like 6 or 7. I had 2 cups of coffee today. I just really craved it, and I was like, go on then. Go on then, you cheeky devil. I guess I got more sorting to do. This didn't get a full sort. This got like a partial sort because there's still loads of resources left. You can now convert deep slate into cobble. Yeah, that's kind of wild, that. I've been saying we should be able to do that for ages. Right, we are going to go to the Nether today, and we're going to do some Nether hubbing stuff. I think what I want to start with is a little project that we can do rather quickly. You know, I was going to go and put the model onto the carved pumpkin. I think you can actually maybe put it onto anything. So let's go for seeds. This will give you an idea of what we're going to do. If you watched a certain someone else's live stream recently, you'll probably have a bit of an idea. Aha. Okay, well that's that bit done. So now we're going to go to the Nether and like try and contraption this in a particular way. I'm sort of trying to think of materials I need ahead of time, right? But we'll just go there and figure it out. Sharu Manaru, thank you ever so much for 76 months. Always lovely to relax with an X stream on the day off. Well, I'm happy you got a day off, and welcome to another stream. Here's something we can do with our entrance, right? We can adjust the height. We don't have to go up these steps, but then again, I kind of like that we do go up them. Now, what I want to do, ideally, we would do with 3 wide, like a 3 wide space, but not necessarily have to do it that way. We could also add depth change this up a little bit. Make it like this is the middle of a free. There's going to be some limitations with lava on the side. The idea is that I want to have that always doing that there. And I think it's doable. I think it's totally doable. And already, I think I know some of the components we're going to put together here for this. But how, says Fayechild? Well, stay tuned and find out. Spooky Dogie, thank you so much for 95 months. Much appreciated, my dude. Butterfly Skies is here with the Prime. Thank you so much. I reckon what we need is a little bit of stone for stone bricks and stuff. There'll probably be red nether bricks that we can just grab in the hub. Then we'll want some copper blocks, because I think we need to sell the copper theme a little bit. Probably going to want some lighting. So copper blocks for the theme. What other stuff might I want in there? Like a skyblock item despawn timer circuit. I don't know how it relates to skyblock, but we're not going to do it based on items despawn. I mean, I could, but then I'd have to stock it up with loads and loads of them. Moss jungle? Moss jungle? What about it? Let's see. So copper blocks for the copper theme, and then deep slate for everything that we do just around the corner from here. That's also basalt too. Right, I took a trip to the basalt generator just the other day to get some basalt for gem in the hub. So I know I don't have any, and I've got to go use it again. Airwave, welcome to the stream. King Hingle says block types. I know jungle and moss are block types. Can you gift me something on Donut SMP? Oh yeah, I'm really well known for gifting people on Donut SMP. And it's a very common thing that people come here and ask for that as well. Yeah, yeah. Totally a normal thing to do. Canium says, hey X, will you have to redo all the Forever Babies when the new drop comes out with the Golden Dandelion? No. Don't see why we would. First time watching the stream, my base looks really cool. Thank you. Thank you. It's one of many streams, one of many bases I've made over the years. How much of this will we need? Probably. That's probably plenty for now. If you want the grand tour, well, I'm not able to do that right now. We got to focus and get things done. This is my warehouse for just shoving like random farms and stuff, and I'm still building it, the ceiling at least. This is the drop shaft, the project which at some point I've got to come in here and make it look a little more finished, right? But I had big plans for that I don't think I'm going to revisit. It's, the season moves fast, and we want to get through these ideas. We're starting the music arc of the season now, so things are going to get way more musical. First time watching the stream. Oh wait, that's literally the last message just read out. Let's read another one. You just flooded your rails that ran all the way down to bedrock. Rails resist water current, right? Shouldn't be too bad. Man, I do not like the sound of these piglins. I have a feeling that where we've dug out these tunnels, they might just be in like, yeah, little caves and around the wall and on the ceiling. And why is there a chicken in here? They'll just pick up the chicken eggs and not despawn. So, probably want a little bit of diorite. You know, we're going to go back and forth forever unless we rummage in these chests, because we only need like a handful of things. So let's be smart about it. Not even that much, really. Zombie piglin chicken jockey. It's possible. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is this with that above it. And then we're going to put the statue in 3 blocks high, like that. So then everything there becomes around it. And that's where we want to think about aesthetic a little bit more. I think we're going to go... I was going to say copper blocks, but don't we need a contrast? I think a contrast might be important. I know that we're going to use glass in front of it, that's for sure. Hey, Xisuma, I was wondering if I could ask a technical question. I've been making a farm and been using carts, hoppers, / redstone. But I was wondering if you know, does redstone block turn off hoppers? Because my items don't run through a hopper if there's a redstone block sometimes. Yeah, it does. It does. It powers them. Here's what I recommend. Go get your hands on... It's de-equipped itself again. I don't know what's going on with this thing. You want to get your hands on this pack. Does it sort of doesn't... Does it actually say the name of it? Version 2.51. It doesn't actually say what it is, though. Maybe that's why it's not working. That's the cached one. Oh! Oh! Redstone tweaks. Okay. And then that's configured the way I like it, right? I got a feeling it's forgotten its configuration. I wouldn't have the outlines on. Maybe... Hopper power indicator, we want that. This is like... Just see how quickly I get distracted, you know. So that's the way it should be configured. And I think maybe I've been moving the cached one across instead of the regular one. That would explain why it's been like de-equipped and breaking, I think. So redstone, I'm out of hoppers. Hibbity hibbity hoppers. By the way, I'm up to 30 stacks of mangrove. I'm keeping count because watch me go. We're gonna make a mess rather predictably in this game. Yeah, 30 stacks, and every time I need to make hoppers and the like, I go get myself some mangrove wood to do it with. I ain't chopping no tree. Right, so check this out. When I do that, can you see how now it's highlighted? This is what I think the vanilla game needs. It needs to teach the player stuff like that, so you can see that it's actually locked. We'll hold on to these items, though, because we're going to make use of them pretty much straight away. So, this block is aesthetic, so is the ones around it. But this one also needs to pick up the item, which I think we're going to do with like some sort of hopper minecart. So we need to go below that block, behind here. And this is where we do a little bit of redstoning in the background. Let's also go and block this. I mean, I'm going to need quite a bit of space here, I reckon. Because it is redstone and it always ends up being bigger than you want it to. Anyway, if redstone's your jam, stick around because it's going to be, I guess, a redstone activity stream thing today. Redstone activity stream thing, yay! That's what we call it. That's what we call it around here. Right, yeah, so we'll make use of some hopper minecarts. Lerock, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. And Nooseram, thank you for a Prime as well. Thank you so much, people. You prefer strawberry, but redstone will do. With all the redstone I watch, you'd think one day it would stick, says Heart Gamer. Ah, well, you've identified the problem there. You're watching instead of doing. I think you'll get much better at redstone if you actually do it rather than watch. I watch redstone videos, and the common thing is, if it's above my pay grade, to use a funny term, I don't really get anywhere with it until I actually go and like do the thing myself, and then it starts to click more. So get hands on with redstone, people. Get hands on. Right, let's start to put some of these blocks in. Not that one, this one here. I think it's going to look alright. I actually think visibility here is going to be a little bit on the low side. So let's say we go and change some of these blocks to walls, right? Like if I change these ones here, then that's okay looking in from these angles. If I change the ones on the outside, we're sort of messing with the overall thing. Also, glass blocks are going to go there. The glass panes connect. Because I know glass will. Then we kind of lose that again. You literally just lose it immediately. Right, well, we're not going to use panes or walls then. The way those add up doesn't really do anything for us. We'll stick with full blocks. Okay, let's get some more of this stuff out of the way. Very nice red nether brick. It's the kind of, I think it's a block that's like quite difficult to use casually. So you have to sort of make it like a core block in your palette when you want to use it. Guess what? If I want to use it on that side, we're then messing with that aesthetic too. Maybe what we'll do is we'll stick with the stone on the sides and we'll put it at the back. I know we for sure want it at the back. And then here, I think it's got lava on the other side, right? There be some lava. Right, and I think I'm going to end up with a lamp. A lamp right there. This one will not emit that much light, so let's actually ditch the idea of a lamp. And let's go with frog lamps. I guess it's still a lamp. Frog lights. No, it's different. I knew it was different. And the full bright here is actually kind of just fine. I'm missing a really key component, which is a dispenser. And the best place to put it is there, facing downwards. Which, you know, like we're not working with a lot of aesthetic blocks is kind of the point. It's decreasing the amount of aesthetic control we have. So another one on that side. Then we're going to have hoppers. Like we need to get the minecart up here to a hopper. So all of that space becomes a part of the contraption. Just automatically. Yeah. It can dispense through a block. Gio, that's a really good point. That is a really good point. That is a really good point. It does go through blocks. Okay, we just gained an aesthetic block back. The value of aesthetics in this build just went up by a factor of 1. And it might make... I think it will make things a little easy if we can put it here. For the redstone, anyway. 1 block higher. XB went crazy with his side. Did he? Where is XB's portal? I could do with some inspiration. Well, I don't need inspiration. I don't mean it like that, but more is welcome. Right. Green tunnel. Thank you. That makes sense. XB's sort of in the opposite direction. He's also not too far, so we should be able to get there on foot. You know what this nether hub needs? It needs beacons. That's pretty cool. That's alright. Ah, he's put copper golems in here. That's cool. Alright, I'm going to go for something quite different on my side, but I think just like XB, it will be like an extended story of the base. Like, what is... It's like these little extra bits here and there. Derrid Eld says, love the streams, love the videos, thanks for all. Thanks for tuning in, man. Immediately distracted, Shishara Manaru. Am I distracting you? What are you supposed to be doing? If I'm a distraction, I apologize. Pokey access holes. Yeah, that's probably what they are, right? Little access holes. Okay. Getting on my nerves now. Start taking the mick out of them. So I think green, like actually between green and lime is the color that I would really like. Green's gonna be subtle. Lime's gonna be bold. And I don't know which one we want. I definitely just put green there and it disappeared, right? And the dye disappeared as well. I've actually seen and caught quite a few times now some weird like inventory glitches. And there goes another one basically. Usually it doesn't disappear. Usually it like I will craft something and it'll put 1 and I go, no, I made more than that, and I'll click on it and it'll like update the number. That's usually what happens. See, that is too bold. And here is subtle. And do you know what? Subtle is what we want, I think. I think I'm gonna change that to a stair block. Which I may or may not have on me. Put it in the wrong place. Put it in the wrong place. Be careful before my audio gets used by Tango. You're going to have to say more than that because I don't know what that means. Is Tango doing something with Hermit's voices? Okay. See, my issue with this is just how narrow it looks. Maybe there is a way in which we can make it a little better. The only thing is I'm now out of green dye of all things. I was wondering if we could put glass either side of it, like in this space. Could make it feel a little bit more open. I don't like the idea of doing it on this side because that's more of like connection into the hub. But maybe there we'll put glass, right? In those little bits. Or leave it like that. No, I'll definitely put glass in, otherwise someone will come along and pick it up. I think I might have missed a trick here. Maybe. Let's have a look. Right, so what if I push this out 1 block further forward? And it's like the glass, like I can put it there as well. The glasses as you come out. Actually, I think that's going to look weird because it protrudes so much. It's like, it's all just a little bit too slim, and I'm trying to just make it feel a little bit bigger is what I'm going for here. Because you're not really going to see what's on the other side. But, hey, I might just accept that fate and be like, okay. If that's the way it works, that's the way it works. So, we'll split these in half. We'll start with a little test. I'm a little worried about where this is going to go. Because it could spit out in any direction, right? Is sort of what I'm thinking might happen. Speaking of which, that's immediately what it did. It just spat out towards me. Now, that could be because there are blocks around it. Like, you need that. Or lack of blocks. That looked like it was very unsuccessful. It did end up there, though. That's interesting. It ended up in the right place. But then it's not... It's also, like, not very well aligned. That's unfortunate. The way to correctly align it is to use powdered snow. And that would mean dropping it from above and having a little bit more of a complicated redstone system. Plus, there's more design stuff up top. I think I might abandon this idea. It's rather quickly... It's rather quickly not what I want. Someone says should shoot it up from the bottom. If we do that, then we don't have a way to collect it, right? It does look cool, but not when it's halfway in the block, right? If I want to put it up above, I mean, I guess there's like one block there. We could dispense it from quite high above. And then I gotta, like, fish the items back up again. Is there armor stand magic that could work? Well, that would be the backup plan, right? Is to use armor stands. I think I'm going to go in that direction. I feel like this is a lot of work that could really just be quite distracting and not really pan out. So let's take full control. Let's go in another direction. So using armor stands will be much simpler. It makes me think that I should probably focus on how we want to walk into this space and walk upwards. I know that I want to push all of this back by one block. I don't know what material I want to use for the floor, because in our base, we used wood. And here in the Nether, well, wood can be flammable is something you've got to remember. But it doesn't really transition particularly well from this right here. Maybe we just do something a little different on this side, right? Maybe we embrace the diorite, mix it with a few other things. So on that note, this all gets a lot simpler. Our statue is going to be... it's like I think it's 2 blocks tall exactly when it's like this. No, actually, I think it's 2.5 with a tiny bit more because of the antenna. Like you can see 1, you can see 2.5. It's like 2.5 and a bit. So if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think we just want to put it on a slab around there. I don't know entirely if we're going to keep that material or not, though. Right, next one to be opened, because you know how it goes when you play this game for more than 5 minutes. They sound really weird. I can speak their language, though. You need to go in the head slot, right? Like that? Yep, that's the one. I feel like it's not as tall as the other one. Yeah, it kind of is. It needs to go up maybe half a block, so actually it's going to be a whole block at the bottom, isn't it? I was just wondering, what happened to the rest of them? We never took them out of the dispenser there. Who? Oh, I do appreciate the sounds. They are quite funny. Put that on your head, please. That's quite a nice position for it as well. Oh, I just remembered an idea that I had that I think would look really good here, actually. That was a little too excited for that guy. Let's go ahead and do this. Aha, it went the right direction. Yeah, I can see everything that needs to be placed for this idea. Everything. Where's my thing? There's my thing. Need to do the thingamajig. Penelope Sky, thank you for 42 months, 3.5 years. Doing math. Thank you so much, Penelope. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream, and thanks for sticking around all these years. Oh, I think what we need there is contrast. I forgot about that. Dang, didn't that... I say I forgot about it. Didn't it cross my mind? Didn't I say it at one point? Like, we grabbed copper, and then I was kind of, like, talking about contrast. This is something that I would have just figured out later on, right? Like, if we'd have gone through all the pain and hassle doing all that redstone, I would have got to a point where I'd have been like, oh yeah, I need to go change those blocks so there's contrast. Typical. But we can do that now. Oh, went a little too far. X, when drops drop, or when the drop drops, will you be changing your skin to Baby Xisuma? No, I won't be, but it's a funny thought. I wonder what that looks like. I wonder what that one looks like. Yeah, like the thing with being baby Xisuma is that your like height needs to change, right? Baby beat-ups. You know, you could make your own little fan art versions of hermits as babies. That would be a fun way to celebrate it. That to me is the contrast that we're looking for. So, whatever height we started on, we're going to go up by half a block, and then we're going to go, I think it was this one here, like -1 puts you inside, so 0.5 puts you about there. Can we go like a bit more extreme, perhaps? Too extreme? Still too extreme, we'll go with 5. Then we also need to do the whole lock thing, so no one can interact with it. Do we like that, or do we think it should actually be recessed a little bit? The arms are a little bit wider, which make me feel like it would be better if we had a 2-wide entrance bit. And I don't really want to change these to walls again. I think it needs to be recessed. It's a little too obnoxious like that. Right, let's hop over here. This inventory of mine's just turned into a disaster pretty quickly. Which, you know, is to be expected, but it always happens and it always catches you off guard. A slab below to support it. You mean visually, right? Like, because it doesn't need anything to support it. In which case, if I go ahead and flip this stair block here. Yeah, we want like a stair block and then another bit. So if we have something like that, and then we've got the statue on top of it. Show us them arms. And then swap them like that. So you got that going. Yeah, that already just feels better. I think what it needs is a little bit of luminosity. But like soft luminosity, so maybe glow like it, or maybe crying obsidian. Let's try crying obsidian. That's a good light level. So if I put it here where you don't really see it from the... If I put it there where you don't really see it from the other side. It also needs to be spawn proof, so like I'll put a button there to stop anything from spawning on it. Now you got the right amount of like depth and light coming up. And then this can be a little bit further back as a result of that. We do need like height on this thing. I think what I'm going to go with is a block here. Maybe a slab. And then the copper block. So there's like a sense, like you'll be looking up, so you'll see you just see a tiny bit more of it. You get close, you do see some stone, but very subtle stuff. All we have to do now is click a few buttons. Yeah, that's all correct. The only other thing I might do is say, like, what if we did that? Does that give it anything a little extra? I kind of feel like it doesn't really make much of a difference. So we'll keep it just centered on the block, which will probably feel a bit more natural for Minecraft scale. Mary Gershwin, any relation? 11 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Almost a year right there. After 11 months, I feel like I would have remembered the name Gershwin. Must have read that. Oh, I've read it 11 times before, right, apparently. Stone walls on the sides of the statues. Zipper, I'm not going to do that because this wall is like part of the main hub design, I feel like, so that's why we're not doing it that way. Oh yeah, we've got to lock it. This one can get unlocked, so we can redo it all. At least I say it should, but... Okay, now it goes. Now it goes. For a split second, my brain thought they saw another person. Right? Because that thing got pinged back there. And I was like, oh wait, no. That was me. Oh my god. I just gave myself one of those, like, soft flashbacks to a dream for a second. And I remembered what it is. Okay, check this out. This is hilarious to me, right? I've been watching Better Call Saul. Last night, I had a dream that I was Jimmy McGill, dressed up as Howard, doing some weird shenanigans to get Howard in trouble. All right? That's how much I've been watching that show. I became McGill dressed up as Howard. When I remembered that, I was just like, oh my god, my brain is so like locked into this stuff sometimes. My dreams have gotten very narrative-y in recent years. What I mean by that is I feel like they structure themselves more like a show or TV, and I think that's just because I've been rewatching stuff and watching them with a more attentive eye for things like that. And so my brain is kind of like using that space. Because I believe that dreams are not meaningful, but can be. I don't think they're meaningful by intent. I literally think they're just... Your brain is pulling together random parts of your like memory, personality, different things that go on in your life and day, and just jumbling them up. Now, why that can feel meaningful is because, you know, if you jumble up a bunch of stuff like that, you could probably shine some light on some stressors or some things in your life that are difficult because, well, you're dreaming about them, you're sort of reassembling them, etc. But I don't think there's anything like actually that intentional about it. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of Better Call Saul, and then my brain just seems to like make its own little episode or whatever. It was funny. It was funny. I can barely see the copper back there, actually. It's very, very subtle, which is probably about right, I think. Probably just about right. So we did it like that, with the slab here and that block there to fill it all in. All right, and we're happy with that. We're definitely happy with that. I feel like as you go past this way, it's not too obvious until you get close, and then you get to see it and be like, okay. Now what we want to do next is transition away from what you see right here into a new design of sorts. I want to cover up the copper blocks. Definitely want to do that. And then introduce something new. And I think the height of this area could actually be just about this height. So I placed a bunch of slabs up there, but all of that can change, right? So now we'll go fill in this space down here. And while I'm doing that, things are a little simple. I can talk to chat. We also got Cherry Pie 80 Thor here for 29 months. Thank you, Cherry Pie. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for the support. That is a lovely from Hoffen, says Fayechild. The model's fantastic, right? Hoffen was helping me out with some really cool stuff yesterday that I'm putting into my next episode of Hermitcraft, which, by the way, should be with you on Thursday, right? I don't want to post it straight after a Snapshot video, so Thursday? Oh, let me make a little note, because I'll do a live stream after the episode. In the evening. Might be a little hard to coordinate. I might be doing a particularly late one on Thursday. I'm not entirely sure yet. Busy days ahead. I've got like after tomorrow. Tomorrow's a little. No. Tomorrow all changed. I got lots going on in the day now, actually. So the next few days for me, I've got loads of stuff happening day after day. And I'm just going to be able to get you an episode of Hermitcraft because this is the very last thing I'm doing for that episode. Ooh, the top here. I do kind of want to hide that a little bit. We could change the design up there a little bit, couldn't we? We could add some blocks that suit the theme of my base, perhaps. Y'all are making jokes about me having a schedule. I am sort of explaining right now how chaotic my next week is and how I'm trying to line up the content. I don't know if that's a schedule or not, but whatever you want, really. So this, by the way, this is the theme of the base, right? Should we... I don't think we keep the same floor design. I think we make it different for the Nether. That could include just changing up the palette of the wood a little bit. I think that would be a sensible way to approach it. Maybe use some mangrove wood, actually. Mangrove is literally like the texture that would probably suit pretty well. All right, I need to make a shulker box for supplies and stuff. I need to remember what I came to grab. So tricky talking about multiple things. Is Howard part of next week's content? Maybe in my dreams. Who knows? Maybe use the netherwood. Ah, that's a really cool idea, but I think I'm going to use mangrove because it fits a little better and it's on hand. It was something up top. I didn't actually decide what I wanted. I wanted to come here and have a little look-see-loo. Could put some soul lanterns up there. I think maybe I should have toyed around with covering it up a little bit better. X, watching you from India since 2021. Forgot the password to the old account. Oh, thanks for watching all the years, my dude. That's like 5 years right there. That's pretty awesome. Actually, I think that's actually going to be perfectly fine just to do that. So, bit of an overreaction maybe. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm not even going to bump my head or come close. And then we've got plenty of space here to do what's next. Alright, so this material, let's go for stairs that are like diorite and diorite adjacent. So I'm seeing multiple blocks here. Why do I have like no diorite? Pale oak wood might mix in, but it's a little strong, I think. I think those are the textures I'm going to end up working with. Let's put them over here now. So, block of quartz. I got a feeling smooth quartz will mix in a little better. So, some of those. Do you know where I get my diorite from? Right over here. Could you maybe name Copper Golem's dinner bone and do the animations on the ceiling with leads? That's a beautiful idea. That's an absolutely cracking idea. I'm not quite into that scale with this project. Like, you got to pick and choose your battles, which things you're going to lean into. And if I lean into that, that's like a lot of, I think that's going to be a lot of work. It could be, you got to remember, you also got to get the copper golem to be upside down on the ceiling. So you're talking about glass up there. There's a lot of layers to figure out, and that's a lot of time. And this is, for me, this is a little thing that isn't a big part of my season. You can go like ham on anything in this game. And I think you have to pick and choose your battles a little bit. For me, I'm pretty sure that's not the right call for me. It's a very awesome idea though. That's like a really immersive way to sort of sell that idea, I think, of like coming into the Nether. So if you got a world, go for it. I actually think the smooth ones might be a mistake because the other ones have got lines, and it's quite a big jump in terms of texture. So let's go back and try it with block of quartz. Also, maybe not that many because we go up a little bit of stairs and then I need the rest of the quartz for other stuff. Yeah, it's very subtly different, but it works. Oh, gosh, it's always the inventory. It's always the inventory in this game that is just killing me. It's just killing me. Mojang, please. This is why I'm excited for Hytail. Hytail can come along and kick some butt, you know? Can show him how it's done. Right, let's put down a couple of these over here and just stuff in all the stuff that we're probably not going to be using right now. See, you always have to do like a bit of like mental sorting anyway, because like some of this stuff actually belongs somewhere else. And so you have to think through when you're trying to sort out your junk. Like, does that actually go where I think it's going to go? Like these ones I want to put back there. Light sources should go back. Otherwise I'm just sorting it all out twice. So a little bit of thought is always required here. That's, once again, been made a little bit more bearable. In the presence of a chest monster. Right, so now the next blocks we're going to see would be of this variety. This is where things get really fun. Because we're going to want some of those, some of these, a lot more than I'm getting right now. And a few of them. And then I tend to put like basalt around the bottom, right? And I think we want this to open up pretty quick. So we go and put one back here as well. On this side, you always want to make it a little different one to the next. So let's get some of that on the hotbar. Go like that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know. Yeah, that's the way we'll start to open it up and give it a bit of wonk. I actually need all of this to be at the slab level because we've got to make it spawn-proof, right? Is it just me or are we listening to Wii Sports? You're listening to Xisuma FM. They're not associated with Wii Sports. I am associated with standing desks, just in general. Apparently I'm associated with them. The inventory has gotten so bad by now, it made me rage quit Minecraft multiple times by now. Because it's my job, I tolerate it a lot more than I should. XFM, been a while. I had a little bit of fun re-listening to some of the classic XFMs earlier this year. And now my algorithm just does not stop throwing it at me. And I'm like, hey, I'm over it. I had my little dunk back into that stuff, but I'm good. Algorithms are weird, right? I listened to an interesting podcast today. I like it when my feed throws me something that's out of my usual circle. I listened to one with the singer from the band King.
Hi, Xisuma.
Oh, good God! Oh.
Did I scare you?
Oh my! You are so loud in my eardrums.
Oh, sorry. I'll talk quietly.
Oh, Hypno. It's my fault. I've left my volume turned up too high.
Oh,
Hey.
okay, okay.
How's it
What's
going?
going on?
Besides,
Pretty good. I was just
people?
coming through the Nether and I saw you here, so.
Yeah, man, check it out. I'm doing the entrance to my little Nether portal bit.
Oh yeah, the entrance looks really nice.
Thanks. Got some statues right here to let you know whose base it is, and now I'm going to build a little basalt tunnel.
Oh, very cool. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's finished. How far away is your portal?
Just there.
Oh, it's just right around the corner. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's supposed to be closer as well because I got to move it, but not too much more to do. Kind of halfway
Right
there
on.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I need to work on mine. I haven't like touched it since Sunday, so.
Yeah.
It's still very plain, but I don't really have much space to work with, like 3 blocks or something. So.
Oh, really? You got like, are you
Yeah.
like right on the side kind of thing?
Basically, yep.
Well, that makes it easy. It's not always like the most fun project to do this, you know? Sometimes it feels like a bit of a chore.
It does. But
So
yeah,
I'd say take the 3 blocks and just like, hey, that works.
I'll do what I can with it. I'll try to make it look good.
My chat is pointing out that you're loud and I've got headphones on. I shouldn't be able to hear you right now. Do you like
Are you
them?
saying that I'm loud because you have headphones on? Oh, on your character?
I think they're just chat's just trying to make jokes about like you jump scared me and I've got headphones on, right?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes
like
sense.
I'm listening to music.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to it. I'm trying to figure out how to make a black map without placing a full map worth of blocks. I'm gonna try the end.
Ooh, it won't work in the end. I tried that. The void doesn't work.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think you have to place the blocks. I can't really think of anywhere that has like a lot of black.
Yeah, I was trying here in the Nether, and yeah, that makes a weird map that I'm
Yep.
sure you've seen.
I've seen it. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but like probably not what you're looking for.
Nope, nope, no, no.
What you might end up doing, Hypno, if you do have to place blocks, is I think lava buckets in the ocean is like the easiest way to create a big flat platform.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's what Beef did with his maps, right?
And then just place.
Black
How
rock?
big is a map? I don't even know. Is it 1024?
I think it's
512?
128 by 128.
Oh, okay. That's more reasonable. That's still a lot of blocks, though. That's
It's
2 stacks times
yeah.
128.
256 stacks.
Oh, that's a lot of blocks.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, like, have a look on the wiki, because I think you can zoom into a map as well as zoom out, but I can't remember if the default is, like, the smallest or not.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that's been a go-to rule of mine lately, is just, like, just keep going to the wiki. Because I'm old now, I forget stuff. I've been playing this game so long that the knowledge
There's
is just
too
like...
many things to remember.
Yes!
There's far too many.
It used to be simple back in the day, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. It really did. Okay, well, I'll leave it to it. Good chatting with you.
All right, nice bumping into you, Hypno. Next
Yeah,
time,
we'll see ya.
Next time, give me a heads up.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh yeah, boy, did that make me jump. That it's not just Hypno. Like, people can sneak up on me, and it gets me hard. Thanks for the numbers in the chat. I won't do anything with that information though. Hypno needs that. I mean, if Hypno is streaming, I don't think Hypno is actually. I didn't set up my status for that. We're running the risk of doing it very random at the moment. I've just noticed. I actually think this looks a little better when you start to coordinate things a bit more. I think what we need to do is integrate stairs at the slab level because of the whole spawn proofing we're doing. That'll be one way to keep this looking remotely interesting, let's say. Maybe make the shape of the path a little curved. That'll be doing it different from our tunnels, kinda. Here's the thing I gotta do, right? We got
dispensers if you want to come see.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, that's Hypno and Joe.
Where's that
through.
at?
Here's something I did the other day, by the way. Got to do it again because I didn't write any numbers down. If we trigger our nether coordinates when we're in the overworld, we get this number: 147 and 210. Now, when we go through to the other side, 147, 210. So we go that way and 210. Oh no! It's like further. Oh, it's actually further away. Now, I want to make this very precise because I might add some more nether portals at some point. And I've just reminded myself that today is actually when we need to do that right now. Oh! Oh boy! Oh, X just dodged a bullet. I'm dodging bullets over here. Check me out. I don't deserve to live. I don't deserve to live right now. I'm on borrowed time. You lucky git, says Northern Rose. I feel like Northern Rose recently fell into a hole in the Nether. You lucky git. That's what I heard. You're like, oh, I didn't get that kind of luck myself. Yeah, so I just remembered that there was a few things I wanted to, like, speculate on here. So that's going to be where our portal actually goes now. 2, 3. We'll light it up in a bit. I like the fact that the block palette behind it is like perfectly compatible with what we're doing here. So that's where that portal is actually supposed to be. Now, I think I'm going to want more portals in my base at some point in the future. So we should explore some options together. Does that sound like a good idea? Also, I'm getting a hankering for another cup of tea. All right. I'm going to have a very big project in this area over here. It was gonna be like the main point of my next episode, and then as I started to like get to work with everything else, I realized that there's no way I'm doing this anytime. Like I said, I got that busy week coming up, right? So we're gonna have a big project here. I think I'm probably gonna end up putting a portal, probably actually somewhere around here. I'm going to have a display. I could actually make up my mind where it's going to be right now, because there's going to be a display cabinet there. And then we will go a little further in here. We're going to have a need for another pillar. These are actually just markers for a pillar. They have 5 blocks in between each time. 4, 5. So like that's where the next bit is. So I reckon we could actually put in a portal right in the middle here somewhere. I'm gonna say it's there for now. So we run that. We got 40 and 216. So when we go back, let's go check out where. Do you know? I'm gonna put an obsidian block right there. I'm gonna put it 1 block higher. Actually, that's just gonna remind me that I might put it. Should I just put the portal in now? I'm just picturing how the room looks. I think it would go 1 block higher and there'd be a step off of it. We'll put the portal in now. Just make the portal, says Heart Gamer. Hey, I was reasoning my way to it. Have some patience, please. Now we're there, we're there. Maybe I don't want it that much higher. Sort of, now that I put the block there, it almost seems too high. Also, did I bring flint and steel? Not sure that I did. I have access to it. I still have access to it. Don't worry. Don't worry. There we go. Should we see where that takes us to in the Nether? Because it might just link up to the other one. If this gets me in a bad situation, I'm going to be sad. Yeah, it linked up to this one. Right, who remembers those numbers? I don't. That's why we use this. 140 and 216. So 140 is more that way. And 216 is this way a little bit. It's somewhere just there. Wait, one more that way. 2, 1, 2. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the one. Okay. I just realized something. This whole thing is supposed to be lower, right? Haha. It's all supposed to be lower. Because I decided it would be lower. Okay, that's okay. Well, we know where they go now. And then the other thing I've got to do is I've got to ask a question of like, do I want another nether portal somewhere else in the base? And I think there's one other place I might put one. It kind of depends on where it would end up here in the nether though. So let's get these hooked up. We know what we're doing. Not in my Swiss bundle knife. No, because it would take up the entirety of my Swiss bundle knife. Right? That's one of the things I hope Mojang change is that we can put non-stackables into bundles together. That'd be a huge game changer. Whew, that's a lot of purple. That's a lot of purple. It's not purple. Magenta. That's a lot of magenta. It's a lot of magenta. I corrected myself, chat. I corrected myself. Give X a break. I kind of feel like if we're going to have it hanging precariously over the void, why don't we like use stone? You know, it's a bit of a stronger foundation, isn't it? I'm going to do that now. That's our new thing that we're doing. We're being better. Being better at Minecraft. Together. You did say that with the swiftness of... Wait. You did that with the swiftness of past trauma. Did you miscolor something previously and get yelled at? The swiftness of past trauma. I'm not sure I did. I mean, I get yelled at occasionally, I guess. That's the thing. Hey, Northbound. Thank you for the prime, my dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Is it like the entire area that I'm on here is actually just 1 block of netherrack? I thought it was a little bit. It is. It's all actually just at this height here. Great. That's fine. We're giving it a proper floor. Until we get over there, it's all at this height. Okay, there's that bit. Then there's these bits over here. So what was I going to talk about? Because we started doing grindy stuff, and then I got jump scared. It was I listened to a podcast that came into my feed a little bit outside of my usual circle of stuff. The singer of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard talking about Spotify and algorithms and stuff. It was a really interesting podcast. And it got me thinking a little bit because they're saying there's a lot of like anxiety in the industry around algorithms for artists, and artists commenting on how it's like draining their energy and stuff. Like they're constantly like guessing how stuff's going to interact with the algorithm, right? Because now when you're making songs and you're making music and you're releasing it, you have to have like a social media strategy, or maybe a Spotify strategy to try and get your songs into their playlists, because apparently it can make a huge difference if the algorithm just decides, this is something we're going to push to people, right? And what I've been wondering is just like, isn't this like something that's always existed? Because these things tend to like amplify something that already existed. So wouldn't it be possible to, in the past, to be anxious over like a promotional strategy that the label has put together for you, you know? I think those two things are definitely connected. I think the problem is online things are just so much more like visible. Things are so much more like direct and connected that you can really see and tell, because there's a bunch of numbers next to your song. Whereas in the past, you know, you put music out and then you wouldn't really know how it hit until like you try and sell tickets for concerts or something, right? So it's really, really interesting to think about it from that kind of perspective. And a lot of it got wrapped up in some discussion about AI as well, and how there are like AI slop. I'm trying to think of a term that doesn't have like a swear word in it. Basically, like kind of like soulless music generation that is targeted at hitting someone's page. So Spotify can identify, oh, people that like this band listen to these other bands. If you go and look at Soulside Eclipse on Spotify and look at like similar artists, none of them are actually similar. And the reason why is because I've promoted my album to all of you and y'all have like really different tastes. The type of music that I do hasn't been promoted through the scene of that music. And Spotify hasn't like made a connection between the two. Now, what people are trying to do with generative AI is exploit the ability to have a computer create the audio and then automate the process of like putting that audio into Spotify to try and hit some of these algorithms. So it's like you create some automated system to generate and upload music, and you're just trying to hit another band's page so that you can get traffic off of them. That's kind of the strategy that's happening here. What's my band's name? Let me throw it up on the screen for you. How about that? I think it's this one here. Bam. That's my music. Soulside Eclipse. Go check it out. Yeah, so like these I don't know, people behind it, but you know, like people are hustling, they're trying to make a living. And some people, you know, they'll be okay with trying to leverage AI to give them an advantage, to give them a paycheck. So they'll have this thing just upload AI audio all day long. You know, generating different band names, just trying to hit a niche, just trying to find something that clicks. And that's a huge problem we're going to have going forward, I think. The automation of content and the ability to just continuously post through generative media, it could end up looking pretty ugly, you know? And it's ugly for that band, because it's happened to them. So now when you go to their page on Spotify, you find all this AI music that's linked to it. It's very, very interesting way for things to change, I guess. Right, there we go. Because King Gizzard have taken their music off of Spotify. They're in a position where they can do that if they want to. But in doing so, it's had this like strange negative side effect of like giving that space to a bunch of AI music that like tries to use their name. You think the industry will get better at promoting humans, says Kevlar. I think it depends on incentives. What is the industry incentivized to do, you know? It could be that in the short term, this AI stuff works, and in the long term it doesn't. And so they'll play the game, and the AI stuff will generate money for a while. But then let's say people start leaving Spotify because it's full of AI, then they'll pivot. Like it tends to be like following the bottom line and shareholder value a lot of the time, right? So that gives us a shortcut to there. I kind of want to know where the coordinates are for this bit over here. I reckon we could sneak in. I don't like the idea of putting another building here, but maybe like somewhere in that space. So maybe it's like a little shoot off the side of this building, but I can't help but feel somewhere back here might not be a bad spot to have yet another portal. So we'll grab those numbers and just see how they line up with what's going on in the Nether, basically. The problem is, how do you tell it's not AI? What if they used AI for a part of it and they will pay people to be tagged in the databases? It's all going to get messy. Yeah, it's all going to get messy. Like you're describing, your questions are like peering into all the different ways this can play out. Because AI is already being used by some major artists as part of their like production flow for creating songs. Like some of them are very open to just like having it as like another musician in the studio and have it give you some ideas or whatever. So I think the 139 can be the alignment in that direction. It's the other number, 227. It goes this way. I think this could work out pretty well for us, actually. I've used some generative stuff with the music creation, and it can be helpful, but like a lot of the time it just sort of it replaces the thing that's really fun about music, like improvising and coming up with your own riffs and melodies. And a good analogy, I think I heard it on that podcast as well, or maybe it was another something or other I was listening to, but no, it was that podcast. Like when the drum machine came along, people were scared it was going to replace drummers, and like when you first had... Oops, I did that wrong. 227. So a little bit further this way. When you first had... like a Theosaurus, it was kind of amazing when you first see one, and then it becomes just like a regular thing. And what they were talking about is how when ChatGPT first came along, it was really novel and incredible, and then you keep using it over and over again, and that novelty wears off pretty fast, right? Pretty sure everyone who's interacted with ChatGPT had that moment of like, wow, this is incredible, right? And then that novelty sort of wears off when you use it for creative things. When you use it for functional stuff, it's great. Like, it helps you solve a little problem. I remember once I locked my cooker by mistake, and just by telling it what model it was, it could find the instructions and tell me how to unlock it, right? But then when it comes to generative stuff and getting it to be creative, like it ends up having this like tone about it, this like dullness that at first looks really interesting and oh wow, look at what it can do, and then the more you interact with it, the more you see how it's kind of like the same thing over and over again. And so that might become a part of the whole thing that happens musically, is that you have like a wave of AI generated stuff getting involved in music, and then it just sort of gradually becomes a little generic and tired, and people stop using it because it has that feeling about it and they get bored of it. Personally, you thought generative AI was cool but really dumb when you first tried it. My experience with it has just been, at first, like, I was quite excited about it, but I sort of thought it was just going to become the new norm eventually, because they keep saying it only gets better, right? And I think that could be definitely true for young people. Like, there are a lot of young people who listen to AI-generated music, and that works for them. That's all they listen to now. That could change with a little bit of time. I don't know. But the idea that it always gets better, I think, is kind of true. Unless it hits some sort of, like, limit. That's always a possibility. But for me, it was just, like, it became a bit icky at some point. The way the generative stuff is interacting with the world and, like, displacing human jobs and whatnot, that's the bit that's become kind of, like, really icky about it. Just doesn't feel right. The idea of, like, AI replacing some really boring, mundane job that no one wants to do, some sort of, like, repetitive number crunching, like, reducing that kind of labor, we can all imagine that being good in the long run, but it replacing the creativity and the human expression, that's really weird. At least it's weird to me. It doesn't feel right. And it will probably be very normal for some people when they grow up with it. You sometimes use it for rubber ducking ideas when they are very scattered, and I ask it to summarize what I just said, basically. It's more for myself than anyone else. I literally, however, put it in almost every instruction. Only use what I said and do not invent anything not already mentioned. Interesting. I've used it to try and brainstorm in the past for Minecraft and for, like, what I do for work, and that was like, it really didn't lead me anywhere at all. Like, I didn't actually find any ideas I wanted to follow up doing it that way. The ideas that I've had for this season, the inspiration that I've had from it, obviously coming from music and the new Copper Golem. Like, that was really fun to, like, find and explore, but did it come from something like ChatGPT? No, I don't think ChatGPT can come up with that kind of stuff, because it's like a most common word, regurgitator, and it didn't really, yeah, have much to say in that direction. I install flooring, so AI will never take my job, says IsoCraft. You know, Nether is very strong because, like, time is long, right? There's a lot of time for it to replace you. The thing with having a job like fitting flooring is that they don't have a lot of high quality data to train the AI on, right? If they wanted to replace flooring and plumbing and stuff like this, they need a lot of high quality data. So if you work for a company and they start telling you you've got to record your days at work and all this kind of stuff, like, that's a sign. If you have to start recording your day of labor, that's when they're figuring out how the AI is going to replace that work, right? I do think, though, I think there's a naivety in that world that I think they're looking for, like, general intelligence so they can bypass that step. And I'm not convinced they're going to figure that one out. I don't see that one happening, personally. Like, unless they make another breakthrough and we have another big, like, leap forward in technology or something, I don't quite see that one happening. You'd love for AI to take some of your tasks: laundry, cleaning, and cooking. Yeah, again, it's like a you know, they're trying to do it with robotics, but they need a lot of, like, high quality data to get across the line and make it work, right? That's kind of like the bottleneck there, if you like. I'm trying to, by the way, I'm just trying to like figure out the outline of these paths. Sort of what I'm doing right now, if you're curious. For, what was that, 10 grand a month, you can already pay for a robot to fold your laundry, yeah. As someone who's studying English in uni, this AI replacing stuff thing is such a mental burden that always looms over our head. We even now have to use an AI to check our English essays or just written paperwork in uni. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? There's this quote that I hope will bring you a bit of comfort. It's not exactly a resolution to the problem, but a saying I've always liked is to worry is to suffer twice. You know, so if it's causing you like a lot of worry, I mean, maybe just think a little like more about right here, right now, because, yeah, the doom and gloom of it hasn't quite happened yet. It might be right around the corner, it feels like, but if you worry about it too much, you can end up suffering unnecessarily, I guess, is sort of the point. Maybe it's not particularly relevant for the topic we're talking about, but it's like, it's one of those ideas where if you can find a way to apply it and it works for you, then it, you know, it might just help out a bit, you know, and that's surely not a bad thing. So I kind of like that. You're going to come through here and then you can have like these 3 different spots to go to. And now I can kind of like supplant the layout of the base onto this. The other place I might want to put a portal is in that direction. That's inside the hub where Mumbo is. And if I want to put one across over here, there's probably a little bit of space for it, but I don't really see myself expanding in those directions. So it feels like this is quite fortunately just about worked out for us, this layout. Let's go ahead and grab some more bits. If you can change it, it's nothing to worry about. If you can't, why worry? It's one way of thinking about it, yeah. Kylo says first stream. Well, welcome, Kylo. Hope you're enjoying it. Let's crack on with the building. Let's get a cracking with the knacking. Oh, dang it, I made the wrong block. Oh, need more dough right now. It's easy to say don't worry, though, when you're not the person with the problem. I disagree, because I've had, like, problems around the corner and things that I've had to, like, face that are coming up. And the reminding myself that worrying is suffering twice has helped me a lot. I'm not going to say... How did it just make a full stack? I don't know. I'm not going to say, like, it works for everyone, but it has worked for me many times. And it doesn't change that thing, right? It doesn't mean it goes away. It's the acknowledgement that sometimes things are out of your control, and worrying is literally another form of suffering before the thing happens, you know? The thing might be right around the corner. It might be a big deal, but it's up to you to, like, use your thinking and use your perspective and just kind of, like, figure out, is this worrying, you know, doing much for me? Is it helping the situation? Because a lot of the time, worrying doesn't have that much of an impact on the outcome. Worrying can help you prepare, right? But you can prepare for something without suffering. So I think that's probably its, air quotes, function, is to get you to prepare for something. But you can prepare in a calm mindset. You can, you know, make yourself as prepared as you can be for something that's going to happen. So yeah, to worry is to suffer twice. Just noodle on that idea a little bit. See where it takes you. Hopefully it'll help you out a little bit. Maybe there'll be a moment of, like, you're worrying about something and then you just realize, do you know what? There's nothing I can do about this right now, so Maybe I'll just leave it there. You've had a family member in secondary school accused of using AI. Yeah, this is you know, this is going to happen basically. People are going to get paranoid and it's going to be messy. You despise that AI scrapes already created art and makes it into a hybrid. The people who work really hard on their art shouldn't have stolen. The data centers for Gen AI also enormous and harmful. Yeah, the way they've scraped the data, I think, you know, could retroactively be seen as quite unethical. Certainly feels that way to me. As for the data centers, like, there's this problem where people, like, you end up on a side of something, and when you're on the side of something, you then start to, like, treat information as something to back up your side, as opposed to, like, let the information lead you to the conclusion first. And I heard someone, you know, I didn't like double check it because I'm not here to do that. It's like, it just reminded me of this point that someone pointed out that, like, your average data consumption or use of energy through AI is, you know, the equivalent of, like, skipping a hamburger every week, right? Because then when you look at hamburgers and how much, you know, economic activity and water and resources do we need to make those, you can come up with some numbers, and then you can talk about those numbers and say they mean something. And, like, everything is tied up in energy consumption, and I think you always got to be a bit wary of, like, how that stuff gets used to shape opinion and stuff. Because, like, you know, if I started banging on about how much, like, hospitals used water, right? You know, it turns out hospitals use 10 billion gallons of water every year. You know, stop the hospitals. We've got to save the planet. It's like, you'd be like, what? It's a hospital. And, like, you're getting all these numbers thrown at you, like 10 billion gallons. And it's like, I don't even know what 10 billion gallons is. If someone told you that, like, your local data center used, like, 1 million gallons of water a day, and you're like, oh my god, that's terrible, it's evil, we've got to stop it. And then it turns out that, you know, keeping the lights on used 100 times as much. like who here is an expert in how much water different systems use? Very slim chances that that's someone's, like, ballpark, right? That's their thing they're educated in. And this is what I'm on about, how, like, the discourse around this stuff, like, takes advantage of these sort of shortcomings in how we think and interact with stuff. So I'm not saying that a data center doesn't use a crazy amount of water or we should be concerned about it. I'm saying that as an average person, I don't know what these numbers actually mean, and I can't compare them to other things in my life. That's how, like, detached we are from big numbers, and there's, like, a big gap of knowledge that's very difficult to fill up, and I feel like you can be preyed upon. Your good intentions can be preyed upon. You have to have a little bit of faith in who's telling you that, like, what's what. All I heard was shut down the hospitals, Gooby. Do you know how much power hospitals use? How much electricity they use? Like, hospitals, right? They're open all day, okay? Right, they got those MRI scanners. They use a gigawatt for every scan. You know, like, I'll start throwing numbers at you. 100, you know. Once you start getting into millions and billions and like, there's such big, large numbers. It's very difficult to actually wrap your head around. There's an experiment that was done where they gave people, like a sliding scale and asked them to, you know, like, here's 1,000 and here's 1,000,000. Or was it 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000? And they asked people to, like, put where they thought it was between the two. And so they'd put their finger on the middle and say about here. They don't understand that actually it's in, like, the less than 1 percentile. Like, 1 billion is 100 millions, right? In America, it's 1,000, I think. In the UK, it's 100 million. Or the other way around. People are just not good with big numbers. Peeps, I'm going to make another cup of tea. I really fancy another one, so I'm going to go boil the kettle. Don't go anywhere. I will stay with you. I will be right back. Just gonna... Well, I've got to start with boiling the kettle, haven't I? Right, we've got to wait for the kettle to boil now. Ha! Anti-tea. Do you know how much water drinking tea consumes? If this country stopped drinking tea, do you know how much tea we'd save? Oh my god, I just remembered. This thing's got to be like absolutely spawn-proof. I am gonna... Do we have deep slate buttons? What's the... Is there like the blackest button? Blackstone. Blackstone is the blackest button. Also pressure plates, but I think I'm going to go with buttons. Get a water heater. That sounds like it might consume more water. I don't know. Blackstone. Oh, Blackstone. No, polished Blackstone buttons. They are a thing. See? See? Do you know how much water is consumed when you drink water? Probably more than you actually consumed, right? Well, I'm thinking about the water that's in a cup of tea. So if I'm out here making a cup of tea, I'm using electricity, right? And that probably has more like energy consumption tied to it and stuff. You know what I mean? Northern Rose says, I've lived enough. Sounds kind of grim, honestly. Yeah, this is a little trickier than I thought it might be, because it's not quite as freeform, because I gotta not only like put all the blocks in, but then I gotta think about how nothing can spawn on them at the same time, which is a bit of an issue. Might also be beneficial to try and start with like the easier side, which will probably be this side here. So I definitely want that to go up, and then that'll probably be it for that bit there. It might also help just to get this beginning bit all the way. Hello, got a visitor. This beginning bit all the way together. Because now we've got like a whole strip of it to like look at and go from there. We're gonna have to make some more shapes and stuff to put in the area. I reckon this is totally gonna work though. Totally gonna work. I need to now go make my cup of tea because the kettle has boiled. Would you believe it? I turned on the kettle, now it's done what it's supposed to do. Unbelievable, really. Technology. did wonder. I did wonder. How long was that, by the way? How long was that? Wait, did anyone say anything? When did I get slain? Just then. Okay. Literally 2 seconds. Wow. Okay. Good timing. Good timing, sort of. In the hub. Which I need to type. Oh, I hope it doesn't, like, come towards me and then end up in another portal. I don't see it. It's kind of strange. I think I might be good. I think I might be lucky on that one. I think I'm okay. That being said, I haven't got back all my armor. So it's probably wandered around wearing a partial amount of my armor. Maybe I should get ready to... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Here it comes. Here it comes. That's the guy. That's the guy. Keep moving. Keep moving, X. Oh, he's fast. Why is he so fast? Oh my god. Why is the dude so fast? I need to be smart. Cup.
You okay, X?
They've come to
Hello?
help.
Oh, look out, look out, look out.
Okay,
It's
here we
coming,
go,
it's
here we
coming,
go.
It's coming.
1. That's it. 2.
Holy cow.
Hey, we got it.
Boom.
Oh, let me put my
Corpse
headphones on.
juggling.
Oh my god.
That was
Oh,
intense.
thank you so much.
Do what I can.
Dude,
We're happy to
I was
Happy
making
Mardi
a cup of
Gras.
tea. I came back to the computer and I was dead.
Oh no.
Which is my own fault.
Well, these things happen.
That's not good.
Xisuma, I don't know if you need dispensers for any of your builds, but I've actually got a Mardi Gras float that's dispensing dispensers one day only, since today is Mardi Gras, if you want to come see in the shopping district.
Come
Sure,
join
yeah,
us.
I can come
join.
check it out. Okay, let's go have a look.
Awesome. Yeah, come on through.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
I'm yelling at everybody if they want to come by. But yeah, it's in the back corner near my arrow shop.
Which shoots you with arrows.
It does. It's a delightful opportunity to experience life
Or death.
through sensation.
Oh, wow. This is very colourful. Dang. Green, yellow, purple. Is there any flag that has that colour combination?
Not to my knowledge. These are pretty traditional New Orleans Mardi Gras colors, though.
Oh, okay. Is that where Mardi Gras gets celebrated, down in New Orleans?
It's one of the places. Mobile, Alabama has a huge Mardi Gras celebration. It's celebrated by other names in other places. In the United Kingdom, they call it Pancake Day. In some places, they call it Carnival.
Yeah, today's Shrove Tuesday. Huh.
Indeed. It goes by many names.
I never knew that Mardi Gras was Shrove Tuesday. What the heck? That's crazy.
Yep. And then the traditional New Orleans shout for beads is "Throw me something, mister." So if you want to flip the switch, feel free to yell that.
Throw me something, mister. Oh. Beautiful.
There you go.
Woo.
Are these free?
Yeah, they're free.
Nice.
And go all the way around because it dumps them on both
Yeah, I
sides,
got
which
quite a
maybe was
few.
not smart.
Dude, as a
great.
redstoner, I appreciate dispensers.
I'm so glad.
That's awesome. I did not eat pancake today. I feel sad.
Well,
now.
there's always later. I mean, I guess it's pretty late in the UK for pancakes.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat now. I like Pancake Day, though.
Fair enough.
I just
yeah.
forgot about it.
Well, here's your friendly reminder and friendly dispensers.
Thank you very much, Joe. I love it. Oh, that's so cool.
Awesome. Yeah. If you want to hang out, and it sounds like Skiz might be coming by to get some dispensers. I've got some extra costumes in here. If you want to stand on the float,
yeah.
yeah.
Dressed up, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
if you want to dress up and or you're doing your copper only maybe.
I'm currently like trying to get my little bit of the Nether hub finished because I have like a busy bunch of days that are going to keep me busy for like a whole week. So last chance to like finish my episode.
Totally fair. Just so you know, I did get the mapping portal in at the very end of the purple tunnel.
Nice.
Basically, there's a huge ocean that starts at where the portal is, and then if you come back toward the hub, you would be heading toward Cleo and my area. And so basically, I figure a bunch of people would just all put in maps.
Got
Happy
ya.
Mardi Gras, Skiz!
Hi, Skiz.
Happy Mardi Gras. This is so
Mardi Gras.
cool.
Yeah, I
This
just
is
realized
great.
it's a diagonal truck. I'm not sure I've ever seen a diagonal truck before. Which is pretty cool.
I do what I can.
This is great, Joe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We've got a switch over here, Skiz, with a sign that says, "Throw me something, mister, if you want some free dispensers."
Do it. Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
The pressure
Okay,
of the
how do
crowd.
I get it?
Oh!
Dang it.
Watch out! It's dangerous!
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you're getting
Yeah, the
jumped.
arrow shop is still active.
Right, I got to bounce. Thanks again for helping me out there. Appreciate it.
See ya.
Yeah, no problem, X.
Skiz, you were slacking, man. I needed help. These guys showed up.
What? No, hey. No, hey. I was reading the chat, ready to spring into action, but I knew that chiming in at all was just going to sort. You know, sometimes you gotta learn how to get out of the way.
So it's all good.
What
Don't
was the
worry.
problem? You
Although
provided
I think
next to no
Jem
information.
doesn't approve.
You what? I'm getting static for nothing. I didn't do anything, and you didn't provide any information.
You got to work
There was
on your
just-
response time, man.
All right, go get in trouble. I want to help.
I might do if I go AFK in the Nether again. Oh, not a good decision.
What's this lever?
Right, see you guys.
The lever is down
See you,
there
man.
along the parade.
Yeah, as I said a moment ago, like I really kind of want to get this episode out to all of y'all. I hate that. I hate the whole time pressure on yourself and stuff. But like, if I don't, it will be over a week before I'll be able to like finish this up for you and stuff. So yeah. It's not like a deadline. It's just like I kind of know if I don't wrap this up now, it's gonna be a while. So it is what it is. We out here in the Nether, doing Nether stuff, making a tunnel. Now I did say that we would put wood in here, didn't I? I think I can see a spot where I would put some wooden support. I actually got to go pinch some more mangrove wood from Skiz. I'm yet to tell him how much I've taken in total as well. That'll be an interesting conversation. I don't know what he'll be like. He might be like, hey, that's cool. Or like, you're taking too much. Or like, hey, you were rizzing me earlier. It's all good fun, people. It's all good fun. Okay. Slightly cleaner inventory. We get some mangrove wood in there. Actually, I've actually still got some in here, so we can have a quick look. I reckon this will fit the vibe just fine. And I kind of reckon, like, have a little support strut here going up and across. I kind of don't want it too in line with the portal, though. Dang it, now I need an axe. Who am I and why am I staying on task? I'm someone who knows that they got to get the job done right now. That's basically it. What did I say? Axe, which is in here. Right, who's been keeping a timer? How long ago did I make that cup of tea? Is it time to sit down and drink it? Because I will enjoy it if that is the case. Oh! Dear Lord. Fella, you scary. That looks so much closer as I'm going to go. So much closer. Right, so on there. Maybe this bit here should be one. It's not quite in line with that one, which is good. That's what I want. I think I'm going to break that block and put it there. Whoops. Yo, Riffraff, thank you for 48 months, my dude. That is actually 4 years in total, which is kind of crazy. Then I think I want that one to stretch over here. So that's like a bit of a doubled up one. Then you've got a single one that goes across there. I think that'll work. Let's drink tea, people. Let's drink tea. I'm going to have my tea when I go to bed at this point. Well, I'm not going to bed anytime soon. And I'm drinking my tea now, so it doesn't add up. X locked in must be the pancakes. I love Shrove Tuesday. I can't believe I forgot. Usually I try and make a plan and get some pancakes and have a little bit of, well, pancake food, I guess. What would I have pancakes with today? Definitely peanut butter. I'd probably go for some peanut butter, maybe a little bit of jam. Make some tomorrow. Hey, my food diary is like done for the next week. I've got like everything figured out. Do you want us to remind you next year? Yeah, sure. I always appreciate a reminder. Savory Chinese pancakes and green onions. Ooh, that does sound good. That sounds like a me kind of meal. I like savory. I am really liking my savory chocolate cake. Like 0 sugar. I had it with chocolate mousse today. Oh my goodness me, perfect combination. Like, you gotta have it with something slightly sweet. But it doesn't take a lot of sweetness to make it work. It's just got this lovely like texture to it. Yeah, I'm not getting all the things I need on my hotbar right now, am I? Like, I need blocks like this, disposable ones too, you see. Tutorial video when? It's already on YouTube. Like, I just followed someone else's, right? It's so simple. It's like, well, it's not simple. There's actually a fair bit that you have to do. It's involved, but you you just need eggs and dark chocolate or black chocolate. Like pure cocoa. That's what I use. I feel like this is probably a good height for the ceiling. I think about how I made it before. You just want to do little bits of shape like that and then add stuff that like dangles off of it. It's like now what we probably want is like a couple of bits down here. That might actually be a bit too close. Actually kind of feels about right. Look at how quickly it like puts itself together once you just start putting a few blocks in, and then bam, you got it. Oh, that's that first bit right there. Let's do the second bit here. Let's drink some more tea. I'm getting all kinds of distracted from my tea. Black chocolate, says Cat. Yeah, so you know how you have dark chocolate, right? You have chocolate, which is like cocoa and sugar. Dark chocolate is like less sugar. Black chocolate is straight cocoa. I've been eating it for years and I love it. It's like a savory treat. It's not like you're going to eat it and going to be like, oh, it's like Butterfinger. It is a savory treat. It's a different experience. If you like regular chocolate and you haven't tried dark chocolate, just go in that direction. Like, it's less sweet, but you might start to appreciate the savory. You're probably not going to jump straight in the deep end. But anyway, this cake that I made is just made with eggs and dark chocolate. You separate the whites and the yolks. Powerballs, you've been cutting down on your coffee. Oh, interesting. Has it been working for you? You separate the whites and the yolks. You whisk the whites. You melt the dark chocolate, and then you mix in the yolks, right? And then you mix it all together, and you pour it into a pan with some baking paper and put it in the oven. And when it comes out, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So it's super airy, says Northern Roses. Actually not. It's not that airy at all. 90% plus cocoa is really quite bitter. Quite good you're into that. No. I have black chocolate. Pure. There's nothing else in it. It is pure cocoa. It's gorgeous. I love it. It is. You're getting an upset tummy. It's been better since you cut down. Yeah, I mean, whenever you got little struggles in life, little things that aren't quite working out, doing a little bit of experimentation can go a long way. You might figure out that something actually doesn't sit right with you, even though you're used to it or whatever. So glad you figured that one out, dude. Let's go around the back here. Keep placing those blocks. Right, one like that. I really like having all of the basalt like hang down like this, but I think you need something to break it up every now and then. Can't remember quite how I did it in the other area, but I did do that. You spilled your tea, oh dear. Bear says it's a really cool block palette, X. Thank you, thank you. It is cool, I like it. Catching out all the spawning spaces. I was going to say it'd be really tricky, but then I kind of remembered, well, I can use my cheaty mods to help me. Am I out of cobbled deep slate? Surely not. Yeah, I thought I had a bit more. Oh, that's my backup gear. I was thinking my backup gear, I could use it to fight the piglin. But I jumped in here without it. Completely forgot that I didn't actually have access to it. Completely forgot. I need to use this mod a lot more. It will help me so much in this area. Let's start doing it. Let's start using it already. Oh my god, I feel like an absolute buffoon all of a sudden. This is so good. One over here. What I need to do is remember to just leave that on the hotbar as well. Let's put the slab in. Let's go for a bit more of that stuff right here, right now. Right here, right now. What's a block I'd want to eat even if it's not food? God knows. Golden apple, that's not a block though, is it? Also, I don't want to eat gold. It's probably a bad idea. Norman Rose, good luck with the studies. Thanks for tuning in. Right, yeah, right there, I can see it coming together. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. This is how I built the you know, the base as you've seen it. It's quite grindy, really, like a lot of slow placing of blocks and stuff. But that's just how you get it done. Keep stepping back, keep like stepping on and just doing it a little bit of a time and moving around, because when you do that, like things that don't like look and feel right, they kind of like pop out at you. If you stay in one spot doing the same thing over and over again, then you step back later and it's like, oh, hang on, that bit there looks janky. So you gotta keep like placing a block and then just moving around, just like I'm doing right now, and figuring it out like that. I tell you what, I haven't used a lot of that stuff when you go a little bit deeper. I feel like I'll set myself up to use that over here now. We'll get a bit of that in there, and then we'll obscure it from this angle. Go around the back, fill all of this in. I've lost that one on the hotbar. Whoops. Oh, are we out? I think we're out of it. That'll be why. Pays off well, though, says it's at sea. The build? Yeah, it does. It does. Pays off very well. Pop rocks are awesome. What are pop rocks? Right, I think here we'll go and put a slab. Go up to there. At some point, I think it might be smart to go like a level higher as well. Maybe Maybe in this mid bit where it really kind of like opens up a bit more, we'll just track through here and put this in a little bit higher. Right, now you've seen the process, you've seen how it works. How about we come up with a talkie topic? Because I'm just going to be grinding this now. And we got time to chat here. I'm going to put... Actually, I'm going to put you there. That. This one here. That's the way. And then we got this stuff here that I want to kind of highlight. Got to watch out for these bits. Are you spurious? Did you have a nice weekend? Oh my god. What did I do this weekend? It went by so quick. I think I did. Well, yesterday I had a great time playing guitar. It feels a bit weird, actually, that I can't properly remember. It's just because it's been I was just doing a lot of Hermitcraft on Sunday and Saturday as well. I didn't have much on. Just doing a little jobs and being on that, like, similar routine. You know, exercising, eating, and cooking, and they've not had too much eventfulness going on. Learned any new songs for the guitar? Last night I was playing some Bolt Thrower. My guitar playing has, like, not gotten better technically, but, like, I've jumped up a level in terms of reading and playing, and I think it's where I've been doing so much piano practice that I've developed a bit more of a comfort for like reading and playing. And so I went back to these Bolt Thrower songs, and last time I tried to like memorize them and play them, I struggled a bit, you know, like I really liked the songs, they were good, but I was just kind of limping by a little bit playing them. Do you know what I'm going to do up here? I'm going to put them like this. And then yesterday I opened up these songs and it really clicked, and I think it's because I can read and play at the same time much better now. And I've always been able to do that, but something about learning piano has had me really locked in. I've been playing some challenging stuff where you really want to pay attention, otherwise you're going to struggle. And that's developed that like more locked in feeling. And I think that's translated a little bit over to the guitar now, which is very positive. I'll take it. It's a win. Absolute win. Piano is so good for your brain, cross-functionality with other instruments, says 5string. Yeah, I now feel like, why did you not start doing this sooner? Like, that's how I feel about piano at the moment. It's like, it's just weird that I haven't gotten around to like learning this anytime sooner, now that I'm doing it. I absolutely adore playing music. It's so much good vibes, you know? Well, I want to build this bit up here a little bit more next, I think. I'm going to use some of that basalt again. I like that stuff. Just like that. And then one there. Because this shape is already pretty good. Let's go with that one there. Maybe a slab here. This really is quite good. The shape that's already there is kind of like doing it for me, so I'm just going to roll with it, you know? Do I play chords on guitar? Ironically, I don't. Like, apart from the power chord, I'm very much a metal rhythm player. I can play a little bit of, like, not lead guitar, but, you know, like licks. But it's mostly rhythm, and that's not a lot of chords beyond the power chord. You know, iterations on it and stuff. Picking rhythms, that kind of thing. On the piano, my strength is playing chords, and I absolutely love it. I love how I can play like this range of chords, and like my fingers can just sort of like you can, it's like muscle memory. It's like you remember the position of them. And I very intentionally don't look at my hands when I play piano. And that has actually, I think, been really beneficial to do that, because I've trained myself to feel it a lot more. And that's just working out really well. So you sort of feel your like hands just like slip back into these like positions, and you got to be careful not to let too many mistakes slip in. Like I have struggled with some positions a bit, and you got to take it slow and like get that muscle memory like finely tuned for the correct position. And when you get it and it locks in, like it's a joy. I recently added B minor and A major to my repertoire, and like these are like new positions that your hands have to shift into. But this time with learning these ones, I was really focused on like get it right as much as possible straight away, and you know, bam, it just gonna work. That's some good tea. It's like using WASD for the first time all over again. WASD is, I don't recall really remembering to learn that. A, because it was so far ago. Also, it's very ubiquitous. At the age I learned WASD, I was probably not even thinking about learning. I was just a kid. You were absorbing everything anyway. You were just like in absolute learn mode. It's a bit more involved than pressing keys on a keyboard, even though it is a keyboard, you know? It's a different type of keyboard. It's a musical instrument. And boy, are they a lot of fun. I'm going to actually play a little guitar this evening. I've been trying to like space out my time a little bit more, you know, do it every other day, but like sometimes the best time is just when you want to, when you feel like it. So I'm definitely going to do that. Look at this. This is shaped up really well. Don't put one there. Just make that bit there a bit thicker. That to me says this concept works. And like when you enter my part here, it's going to be like, wow, that's cool. How are we doing on supplies and stuff? Let's drop some of these materials into here. Gonna drop those ones into there. Gonna try and get rid of some of this mess that we've created. Imagine an Xisuma ukulele cover for April Fools. Heart Gamer, you've given me another thing to talk about. So when I recorded Raining Blood, I was not really in a good place of mind to do that. I've noticed that when it comes to recording guitar videos, it tends to be for some other reason. Like, you know, having a reason to promote the flag was why I did it. I was originally going to do Raining Blood and Angel of Death back to back, but I wasn't feeling it on the day. So I just about got through Raining Blood, and I actually did another song as well. And it was when I was editing that today, because I wasn't even going to bother posting it, but I just opened it up to like watch it back again. And, you know, typical... You're not in the mood, you think it's terrible. You notice all of your mistakes as if they're like the worst thing ever. But now that some time has passed and I've been really enjoying playing guitar and music and stuff, I look back at it and I'm like, I didn't have the right mindset for doing this. You need to lean into the idea. And as I'm editing the video, I'm putting all the time signatures like onto the screen and realizing that's a nice thing to lean into. And so I feel like moving forward with the guitar stuff, I've got to like, I think now approach it with like, wait for the moment where it feels good and you want to share something and find something to lean into, because I get lots of comments about how people like the editing, and that actually makes it a lot more fun when I go through the editing process. I feel like that really elevates the whole thing for myself and probably for all of you. So my next one, oh, what should we do? Hang on, let's grab this. My next one will have a bit more editing in, but I think after that, if I want to do guitar videos and stuff, like I need to find like an angle to lean into. and then really enjoy it. And part of that can be the editing, because if I can find some fun, goofy songs, then I can have a lot of fun editing it. Do y'all remember, do I have tabs listed anywhere for my music, specifically the Elemental Forge? I don't, but that song is one that I've got the guitar tabbed up, and one day might upload a cover of it, but don't count on me. Don't count on me for it. I have mixed feelings about posting my tabs, believe it or not. I should probably dwell on that. Powerboss has got it. Yeah, the Christmas song. So the CKY cover. If you go look up on the second channel with the guitars, the CKY cover, that was one that I had a lot of fun recording and putting editing into. And I feel like that's what I need to do next. I need to find songs where we can go at it from that kind of angle. Anyway, as you might have guessed, we come to the end of the stream. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for tuning in. Hit the follow button. Next stream should be Thursday evening, probably a late one. Don't know what time I'll be back to stream, but that's my plan. Also, Sunday morning is another one I've got booked in. Sunday morning will be a time to do a stream. Those are the next two. And if plans change, they change. But hopefully I can stick to that. Also, episode of Hermitcraft coming your way sometime soon. Hey, I'm going to send you old people over to Joe Hills, who's streaming on Hermitcraft. Say a big thank you to Joe for saving me earlier, peeps. I'm going to go play some guitar and take a break before I get to work on the hub again. So, enjoy the raid. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for your amazing support, and hopefully see you again Thursday or Sunday. Right, the raid is ready to go. Thank you, people. Enjoy it.